So, so we're going to go through the discussion. Then I'm going to, we can have this, you and I can discuss things, talk about what's coming up, answer any questions you have, and then we'll go into the meditation, and then I'll take you through the that worksheet, okay, which I'll give to you. I'll tell you the questions verbally, and then we'll just kind of see how you're feeling, talk about anything that has come up, and do a little workshopping around what you're experiencing in the healing process, okay? Do you all have any questions before we get started? Okay, excellent. All right, so let's talk about Pisces season. And I've titled my discussion The Death of the Old Self and the Birth of the New. So Pisces is the end of the astrological year. Uh, it's still winter in the northern hemisphere, and if you know anything about astrology, you know that Pisces is the end of it's the last sign in the zodiac. It's the oldest sign in the zodiac. And after Pisces comes Aries. All right. But Pisces is not just the end of the astrological year. It really is, it's so powerful, Pisces. It's really the most powerful sign in the universe for we humans. It is the space of undoing, of dissolving, and it's that place where what is false has to be stripped away so that only the truth remains. It's the moment before rebirth when your soul stands at the threshold between what has been and what will be. It's so powerful. So Pisces season it's a month, okay? It started around February 18th and it's going to go through I think March 21st, okay? So this season is not really about setting goals and forcing forward movement. That's not what this is about. Even though it's the end of the year, in December, I really like setting goals for the new year and kind of like ending ending the new year with power. So I can start the new year in December, in January, start with this new energy, new focus. All right. But that's not what we can do here. This is a time of kind of coming to terms with your own reckoning. It's about coming to terms with yourself. So everything that you have buried, you've ignored, or you've put off, unhealed wounds, fear, grief, unfinished business, all of this stuff has been waiting for you to deal with it. And now is the time. And if you're here, you're really being called to do this work on yourself because I don't want to sound overly dramatic, but your life depends on it. And the reason I'm saying that is because this is Pisces season in a 9 year. If you've been following me and you listen to my talks on numerology, you'll know that nine, so the year 2025 is a 9 year, which means that everything we do this year is about coming to an end. It's a culmination of everything that started 9 years ago, everything we were working on. So it's this big culmination year. And it's very, very powerful because what we complete now gets finished, and what is left is what we walk into the new year with when this year becomes 2026, when we roll into 2026. I want you to understand that the universe is not passive and it's not neutral. It just isn't. So, whatever you have going on, whatever you're experiencing, is not really about what you think it is or what it seems like. Everything that you're experiencing right now and this whole year is about helping you shed everything that does not serve you. Right now, the universe is actively working on you. It's always working on you. But why is right now different? Because Pisces is wide open energy. It's opening you up from the inside out. It's not about you um it's not about you getting flogged for no reason. It's about you having to correct some errors, and that might be painful. So your inner world is really laid bare. Things that you have avoided are rising to the surface, not to punish you, but for you to handle them. Your subconscious mind is really loud. Your spirit guides are really loud. And like normally, my spirit guides tell me everything in a really positive way because my spirit guides know that I will look deeper and make corrections on whatever is not in alignment. But right now, my spirit guides are like speaking very blatantly, very clearly to me, and they're telling me the hard truths. And believe me, that is hard. It's scary to be told hard truths. But keep in mind that the hard truths are not hard for the sake of breaking you down, but they are hard for the sake of building you up so that you can step in the truth of who you are. Because you are more than what you think you are. There's so much more to us than we will give ourselves credit for. So right now in your body, you're not only carrying your own burdens, but you're also carrying the weight of other people, your loved ones, your clients, your community, the collective pain of the world. So, and Jen spoke on this a little earlier. And if you're feeling exhausted, if you feel like your emotions are raw and really, really close to the surface, if you're struggling to focus, if you are like me, you need a 2 hour nap in the middle of the day. Why is that? If you're experiencing inflammation, why is that? Something is happening, but it's really about getting you to understand that you're in the middle of a death. You're in the middle of the death of your old paradigm. So Pisces is the last breath before rebirth. It's the dissolving of old illusions. It's the flood that clears away everything so that something new can emerge. And you cannot fight the tide. You can fight the tide, but why should you? Why would you fight the tide? Not right now. Pisces is not the time to fight the tide. Pisces is the time to allow the waters to wash over you and to let yourself be carried along the rush of energy so that you can heal and die to your old self. You're being called to slow down, to sleep more, to cry, to be alone, and to stop numbing out with distractions. Pisces does not want you to take your old baggage into the new cycle. It's not going to let you bypass your own healing. It can't. It should not. It doesn't want to let you go forward because what happens when you go forward and you ignore, if you ignore the guidance, if you ignore the messages, I don't want it to sound like it's doom and gloom, but it's harder. It's like saying, hey, I've got a tumor right here, and I'm just going to ignore it, even though it's huge. I can see it. I've been shown it. I'm going to just do nothing about it. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that. But the wounds that are within, it's easy for us to skip because we don't see them. But we know that the universe and our bodies kind of work together to help us see stuff. Sometimes we get physical tumors, sometimes we lose our hair. We can, we can get sick, we can get cancer, we can get a cold. These are these are communications between the universe and ourselves, our physical bodies, telling us that something is out of balance. So now is not the time to run and hide, but now is the time to get pretty fucking tough with yourself, not to try to make anything happen, but to try to be present with what's scary the best way you can. The universe is helping you right now. The universe is doing the work of pulling out your deepest wounds so that you can finally deal with them. And the question becomes, will you face it or will you run? And too many people avoid this part. They drink more. They scroll mindlessly. They binge watch TV. They throw themselves into work. They overeat. They overconsume. They overdo. They seek comfort in addictions, sugar, fat, salt, gluten, okay, bread. I'm gonna eat a whole baguette, marijuana, alcohol, social media, but also things like validation, gossip, toxic relationships, old habits that keep them in cycles of pain. But avoidance really only prolongs the suffering. So Pisces really, really, really wants you to have purity of body and mind. If you feel called to let go of harmful substances and behaviors, right now, this is the time to do it. It's going to hurt now even more. It's going to be like, I really want that sugar. I want that cake. I want that cupcake so badly. I want that glass of wine. It helps me unwind. Why can't I have that glass of wine? But don't do it. Drink some tea. Go get yourself some nice tea, some nice herbal tea. Drink that instead. Don't reach for the cake, crystalline. Crystalline. Avoid the bakery. Don't walk past the bakery, you know? Instead, eat a carrot or an apple, right? The thing to understand is that you're about to be reborn and you cannot carry everything with you into the next life. You don't want to carry this stuff with you into your next life. Your next life happens March 21st. You don't want to carry your old grudges, your old anger, your old fear. So if you want clarity, slow down. If you want renewal, surrender. If you want truth, stop numbing yourself out. If you want to be free of all the old junk, now is the time. What you do during this month is going to amplify. Now's the time to release and to purge. So Pisces is both the ending and the beginning. You're dying, but you're also being reborn. Whatever you complete now is what you get to actually carry into the new cycle. So let yourself be undone. Let yourself die well. I hope this makes sense. So, the first thing I think you have to surrender to, for me, for myself, the thing that I have to surrender to is the discomfort. This shit's hard. It's uncomfortable. I am uncomfortable. You know, when those cravings come up, when that urge to escape comes up, it's very, very uncomfortable. And it almost feels as bad as physical pain. Like there's a physical manifestation, there's panic, all these things are going to come up. And surrendering to that is the first step. And when you surrender to that discomfort, you immerse yourself in it. It's like, again, Pisces, it's water. It's submerging yourself, going to the depths and just being at the depths and letting the water wash over you without trying to control. One of the an experience I had ages ago was uh, I had a dream, and actually I created an entire process based on this dream. When I woke up, I'm like, okay, I get it. But I had this dream that another woman and I were on a pirate's ship. And they told us to walk the plank. And they tied rocks around our feet. So they pushed us overboard and we both sank to the bottom. It wasn't just us, it was maybe four or five people. But there was a woman that we were kind of connecting and we were like, okay, there was some kind of solace between this woman and I that we were going down together and we were both dying. And there was a part of me that wasn't afraid because I had this other person that was there with me. But then her ass died. Her ass died. And so I had to be there under the water by myself. And that's when the panic rose. That's when the shadow came forward. And I remember being in my bed, just tears, just terror, tears of terror flooding my eyes, waking up with my pillow wet. Um, but while I was in this dream, the panic was there. And what happened was an angel came in the dream, and the angel said, "Hey, I'm here." And the angel took my hands and held them and looked me in the eye and said, I'm here with you. I want you to breathe, breathe. And I'm thinking, fuck no, I'm underwater. I'm not breathing. I can't breathe underwater. And the angel said, just let go, surrender, let yourself die. I'm here with you. I got you. And so I started breathing underwater. And I'm not trying to say that I felt my lungs fill with water, but what happened was I entered a state of complete surrender. And I breathed in, and it's not like the angel came and, cut me from the ropes and took me to the air so I could breathe. Ah, you were saved. No, what it was I was under the water. I breathed, I died, and I was done. The panic was gone. I woke up. The tears shifted because I did wake up crying, but the tears shifted. They were no longer tears of terror, they were tears of joy. And the thing that I learned from that, for me, it's the most healing process that I offer. And I call it the emotional submersion process. And it's where you go in deep and you go through this process of allowing yourself to die. That's what Pisces is about for me. Going there. Are you ready for the meditation? All right, ladies. So I'm calling this meditation the death of the old self and the birth of the new. And your job is just to relax and come along with me on the journey. Close your eyes and draw a slow, deep breath in through your nose. And just feel the air fill your lungs, expanding your ribs, your belly, stretching you open. I am open. And with your next deep breath, I want you to inhale and just hold it for a moment, letting it linger in the space between past and future. And then exhale slowly, gently, letting everything soften. Just inhaling and exhaling. And with your next breath, next deep breath, gather everything that has been, your memories, your wounds, your triumphs, your burdens. Just inhale love into them and hold them for a moment. Bless them. And then just exhale, allowing them to settle wherever they are. You aren't controlling. You're not trying to have a goal. Just do it again. Whenever you're ready, inhale deeply, bring love into your wounded space, and then hold them. You're not afraid of these guys. And then exhale, allowing their weight to settle. Inhaling deeply and exhaling, allowing yourself to surrender to stillness. And just feel yourself growing heavy, as if the earth beneath you is calling you deeper, whispering to you in a language that's older than time. You are safe here, you are held, and you are exactly where you need to be. Just give yourself a blessing inside and out. In this sacred stillness, call upon your spirit guides. I want you to try to summon them with your heart, not with your mind. Use your breath and your heart space. The archangels are here, and they're standing as luminous sentinels at the gateways of time. Your ancestors are here. They're watching, they're waiting, and they're whispering their wisdom into the wind. The elementals are here, weaving unforeseen forces into the fabric of your being. They're bringing love and compassion. They're bringing healing. The devas and the ascended masters are here. They are the unseen hands that have always guided you. These beings have been with you long before this moment. They have walked with you through lifetimes, through every death and every rebirth, and they are here now. Try to feel their presence gather around you, feeling them as tingles, shivers. They are the humming in your chest, the blood coursing through your veins. And just allow them to come and support you. And let them reveal themselves in their own way. Welcome them. Let them stand beside you as guardians at the threshold of your being, at the threshold of your becoming. They are protective and they will not let anything harm you. Now let us open the doors. Your subconscious is vast. It's an ocean, deep and uncharted, filled with forgotten stories, buried emotions, ancient echoes of who you have been and who you are becoming. This is not a place to fear. It is a place to remember. And feel yourself stepping forward. Allow your mind to soften like mist dissolving in the morning sun. Let go of what you think you know. Let go of logic, control, and the need to define. Let the images come. Let the sounds arise. Let your memories surface. Allow what is in your subconscious mind to come as visions, fleeting and strange. Perhaps they come as sensations, rippling through your body like distant thunder. Perhaps they come as whispers, as laughter, as a feeling so old you cannot name it. chase, and do not force meaning upon them. Simply witness. Just stay present with what's happening. Now is the time to start connecting with your guides on a more deep level. You're going to ask them some questions and allow them to give you the answers. You're going to start by asking, what is unfinished? What have I buried, ignored, and refused to face? Take some deep breaths and receive. Taking a deep breath. Ask them now, what am I meant to see? What wounds still whisper beneath my skin? What truths have been waiting to be known? Next question. What must I learn before I can move forward? What is asking to be understood? There's no need to rush the answers. They may come to you now as words or feelings or visions, or they may come as silence. Trust that whatever arises is exactly what you need, but also understand that if you don't get it now, we're already in activation mode. You will get it. They will reveal you. Maybe later today, tomorrow, next week. They know how to give you what you need. You just have to be willing to listen and to trust. Let your guides help you process. Let them lift the weight from your shoulders. Let them untangle the knots in your spirit. Let them dissolve the illusions that no longer serve you. Now ask your spirit guides, how do I move forward? What must I release? What must I embrace? And now ask, what is the next step on my path? What is the action that aligns with my soul's highest calling? Feel your guides shift around you, adjusting the energy, making space for something new. Allow the path to reveal itself. And let your knowing rise. Take a deep breath and prepare yourself to receive. Above you, within you, all around you, the blueprint of your highest self is waiting. The version of you that has already stepped into their power. A version of you that walks with clarity, wisdom, and unshakable truth. The version of you that has already come. You do not need to reach for it. You do not need to prove yourself worthy of it. You do not need to beg for its arrival. It's already yours. All you must do is allow. Take a deep breath and feel it now descending upon you like liquid gold, divine fire, like remembering that's so deep. It comes from your very DNA. Feel this divine fire pouring into your body, into your mind, into your breath, into the empty spaces. Allow yourself to be filled where fear once lived. Let this divine fire restore what was lost. Let it awaken what has long been asleep. You are this. You have always been this. And now you must make a choice. Do you accept this blueprint of your higher self or not? If you accept this blueprint, say to yourself, I accept this transformation. I welcome this integration. I accept this transformation. I welcome this integration. I choose to live as my highest self. I choose to live as my highest self. And feel it lock into place. Feel it settle into your bones. Feel your body align with the frequency of who you are becoming. This is not something outside of you. This is not something separate from you. This is you. Breathe it in. Accept the truth. Let it fully land. Just take a deep breath and feel your new self taking shape. Breathe life into your new self and let the energy seal into your being. Inhale and exhale. Start to bring yourself into this moment. Inhale and exhale. Feeling your body awakening, your spirit grounding, and your presence returning to this plane, this dimension. Inhaling and exhaling, settling back into yourself, into your breath, into your awareness. Inhale, exhale, and open your eyes. You are not the same as you were when you started. You're just not. The work here is not done. The work here is just beginning. And when you um, go to bed tonight, I want you to um, say yes again to your higher self and say yes to the blueprint, say yes to the guidance, and say yes to the death of the old self. I'm okay with letting this go, trusting it. You're eternal, but your baggage doesn't have to be. You're not your baggage. You can lay that down. God knows what to do with you. Just allow God to work through you. So I want to give, and I look forward to seeing you all on Friday, okay, if you can make it for the Visible Coach Retreat. We're gonna it's gonna be fun. I hope it's fun. I find this stuff to be fun. It's gonna be a blend of practical and healing. We got to heal some stuff in order to be seen, okay? So, um, yeah, it's going to be nice. So I look forward to seeing you all then. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and bye for now. Bye, everyone. Bye.